Okay, let me just get that there. I'll tell you another little project which I've got on the go. I've just put some paint on the back end of this van. There you go. A lot of work to those panels. I need to do a hell of a lot of work. A lot of dents down here, little nooks and crannies. Just wanted to get some paint along the back there, which I've done. So yeah, but terrible. But the paint's just to cover it, stop it from rusting up, I guess, just to hold it in a stable position over the winter, although it's in the garage. Anyway, another little job here. Let me just stop the no, I won't, I'll carry on with the video. Yeah, so the I'm going to stop the video, so I've got this to do on a separate video. Okay, is what we're doing. We're making a fiberglass mould for the van. Okay, so basically here is my panel here. Okay, so it's what I've done. I've taped it round, and that is her there. It's only a little panel, and I've got some crap on there. Look, better get that off before I paint that up. Basically, I've got some IPA alcohol mould release agent here. So that's what I'm going to do. While I've got the compressor on the go, I'm going to give that 3 or 4 coats, light mistings over, and let that dry, and then I can put some gel coat on there, which I've got to make a mould. Okay, good. So yeah, so basically this is a panel off the corner of the motorhome, basically. Okay, I've got one which is cracked, so is what I'm going to be doing. They're £178 just for that panel. Okay, so the plan is I'm going to be making my own. I'm not paying 178 quid for something which is a little bit bigger than my phone. Okay, so let me just put some of this in a spray gun. I'm going to lightly spray this over a few times. I'm going to dry it off. I might just have to get a little bit of hot air on that, I think, because it is a bit cold. And even though I've just painted the van here, okay, I've just put a bit of paint on the van. Not really fussed about the cold weather and how the paint reacts, because this is not the final coat. It's just getting a little bit of something on there. See, the big difference is I don't mind spending money on that paint for that van, other than paying 178 quid for that panel in there. Anyway, we're not talking about the van at the moment. This is just going to be a separate video. Okay, so I'll show you a picture now of the panel, where it's come off. And although I can't pattern this, it's a little bit different for both sides, so I need to do this side. If this side works out okay, then I'll do the other side. Okay, 178 quid for that panel is what I've done. I've waxed this up with some solid car wax. Okay, so basically that is as smooth as a baby's bum, that. And I'm just going to give it another quick light going over just to get that crap off there. So I've waxed it up. I'm now going to put some IPA releasing mould agent on there, which is that there. Okay, I'm going to spray that on, 3 or 4 coats. We'll see how quick it dries, and then basically we'll let that thoroughly dry, and then it is the mould gel which I'm going to put on there. So yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, the instruction says for general purpose use, store in a good cold place, blah blah blah, keep it blah blah blah. Spray mist coats and then apply a generous coat on the mould surface using a brush sponge or sprayer. up on the wax release layer. Okay, so we did wax it, etc, etc. Okay, but anyway, right, I'm gonna have to wax it again in a moment, because I've just tried putting this stuff on there, and as you can see, it's kind of it's, oh god, it's so thick, it's unreal. But anyway, right, so what does it say here? Read it somewhere. Where did I just read that? Spray must coat, blah blah blah, brush sponge. Dilute with water or methylated spirit if needed. Okay, for general purpose use. So I diluted it with water, and it looked as if it diluted. I put some in the spray gun just to lightly spray that over, and it kind of gelitized. and it's like, really? And it was coming out so thick, it was unreal. So I don't know what went on there. So I don't know if I've got any meths around, some methylated spirits. I'm sure I had some somewhere. I'm going to have a look for it. If I have, then I'll use some meths. But yeah, slightly annoying, that, 'cause I was hoping to just put a little bit of that on there, because it says you need to apply a mist coat before a generous coat. Okay, so let me see, or unless I dilute it again and really dilute it, we'll see what happens. Let me try it again and we'll go from there, but first I need to put in a bit more wax on there, so I'm just going to polish that again with some hard wax. I'll buff it off and then we'll try it again. Okay. Oh. Oh. Don't waste it. I'm just going to put some mess in there now, and I'm not sure how much to put in there, but we'll certainly get it to a watery base. Just got to buff up that. I have put some polish on the panel, so just going to wait for that to go off a little bit, and I'll buff that up. It has had 4, 5, 6 coats on there already. However, I have just washed that other IPA off there, so hopefully it hasn't touched it. And then 1 coat of polish, wax, hard wax. So I'm going to dilute this up, put it in the air gun, and see if that sprays out. So hopefully it will do. Some light coats, and then it says a solid coat, so that's what we'll do. Okay, I've done the IPA, and just waiting for that to dry off, and then I'm going to put a thick coat on there, this panel here. Okay, so I don't know how long that takes to dry, so but I'm going to leave it till later, and then we'll see what's what with that. There's a cat out there, look, Rose. Go get him. There's a cat outside. Anyway, I've got this white gel coat, which is here, okay, which has got to go on that panel afterwards when that's dry. And obviously the instructions, I presume, are on here. So there's no way I can read that. No chance. So I'm going to need a magnifying glass or something to read that. Terrible. Yeah, I can't read that. Sod it. We'll have to get a magnifying glass on that and read that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, brilliant. So, Bruce, look at the cat. So, catch you in a bit.